Hey guys, Ryan here, and in today's video I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you dominate the new rebirth map, Ashika Island. So to begin this video, the very first thing we're going to talk about is the importance of angles, and angles. Gunfights in this map will play out much differently than Al-Mazrah and even maps like Resurgence and Caldera. When you look at the big maps that Warzone has had, there's a lot of open fields, there's a lot of long lines of sight. And while this map has some of that, it's much more about close range gunfights, about understanding how angles impact close range gunfights in general, and understanding how to break line of sight with your opponent. Now that you can sprint and plate and there's a faster movement speed in general, your options to outplay your opponents are much more varied, and you also need to take advantage of the way angles work in this game. Instead of just holding a high angle and trying to beam people from 50 meters, embrace running around corners. Understand all the little corners you can hide behind, all the different ways you can make space to outplay your opponent, because this is how you're going to be a good player on this map. It's not the same thing as the big maps where you can post up in some building and just beam kids running across a field. No, if you want to be good, you need to understand how to break line of sight, and this is something a lot of people struggle with. When you have all of these tight corridors and different little options to run into, you need to be focusing on breaking line of sight with your opponent, and the key to that is understanding angles. And I know I'm going to keep talking about angles and line of sight, but I promise guys, this is the key to this map. It's built in the same way that Fortune's Keep was built, and that is meant to make it so you can isolate 1v1 gunfights and you're not perpetually getting beamed from people camping in high buildings all the time. Now, of course, there is some of that, but one thing I really want to stress, guys, is make sure you're constantly moving if possible in gunfights. Now, there are times where you don't want to be moving, but when I get shot and I'm trying to make space or I kill someone, there are so many options, and you guys need to embrace that. Look at all of the doors near me. Look at all of the ways I could jump out and break line of sight on my opponent. I could get different angles. I can make space for myself to plate. There are so many more options on this map, and you need to embrace that. And this actually leads into my second tip, and that's you need to play fast or you're going to be trash. This map will not reward you for playing slow and calculated. Now, at some points it will, but this map is chaos. This map is just exactly what you'd expect from a rebirth map, and you need to learn to embrace that fact rather than not accepting it and playing like you did on the bigger maps. You need to be someone who's willing to get in the chaos, figure out how to survive the chaos, and as I said, embrace the different angles and line of sight and little pockets of space that exist. This is a lot less calculated of a map because there's a lot less variables you can control. Rather than understanding that if you post up in a building, you'll only have X amount of squads near you, you don't know how many squads can be near you in this map. There's going to be a ton of people around you at all times. You're going to be under pressure. There's going to be people everywhere. There's going to be people landing on top of you because it's rebirth. New squads going to be coming in. And if you're scared of that, if you're not willing to play fast, you're just going to get run through and you're not going to have a good time. And if you're saying to yourself, well, dang, I'm kind of weak at that. I'm not someone who plays fast. Don't think like that. Just start to embrace that mindset and learn to play fast. And what I mean by that is always be moving. You can hang out in a little building like I'm doing, but when you grab your guns, when you loot, when you plate, when you run, whenever you do anything, it has to be fast. This map is so small and condensed that if you're not playing like that, you're just gonna die a lot. You do not have the space to not play fast. If you play slow, you're almost certainly dead, and that's a huge difference compared to Al-Mazrah. But this is going to lead into my third tip, and that's teamwork makes the dream work. When you play a map like this, that's this fast paced, that has this little of space, you need to play as a team, because that's the only way you're going to actually survive. Now, if you're playing solos, this isn't important, and all of the other tips are far more important. But a lot of people are going to be playing quads, they're going to be playing trios or duos whenever they add that as an option, and you need to embrace the teamwork. When you don't have space to play as an individual, then the teamwork needs to be the way that you get space sometimes. Now, a lot of people don't understand what this means, but when you get in a gunfight, you have no plates, you need to find a way to reload, then your teammates are sometimes going to be the only way to make that happen. When you kill someone and you're getting pushed from behind, your teammates are sometimes going to be the only people that are going to allow you to actually survive, and you need to embrace that. But it's also a two-way street. You need to be the person helping make space for your teammates, and I promise if you play with people who are trying to help you and you try and help them, you're just going to enjoy this map so much more. Teamwork is crucial, guys. Having your comms on point, helping your teammates find places to plate and all of that is key to actually being a good player, and I wish people understood this. Anyways, guys, I'm going to start wrapping this video up. I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support recently. I am so excited for this map to make a bunch of amazing content, and I promise, guys, there are huge plans in store for I Am Ryan, the content on this channel, and hopefully for you guys as well to help you guys become better players. It's been Ryan. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a good day. Peace.